Welcome to another episode. Today in the lecture series we will see about truth. This is an answer to a question: what is truth at any given point of time? Truth is not with respect to time. Time is past, present and future. Truth is dynamic from moment to moment. In the present, where neither the past nor future is involved. So there is no time to the truth. Truth is not something which is accumulated. We will see this in elaboration from J.Krishnamurti's book First and Last Freedom. What it says is you cannot find truth through anybody else. How can you? Because truth is not something static. Truth is changing every moment. It is dynamic. It is living, alert, alive. That's what he describes. How can it be an end? It is not a fixed point where it ends. If somebody makes truth a fixed point, then it is no longer a truth. It is then mere opinion. Truth is the unknown. And a mind that is seeking will never find truth. The mind is made up of the known, the past, the accumulation. Mind is always the instrument of the known. All your memories, experiences, education, everything, it is part of the known. Whereas truth is something unknown. So when a mind seeks truth, it is merely a self-projection. So mind is in pursuit of the known, what it already knows. When the mind seeks truth, it is seeking its own self-projection. What is real is opposite. But the mind is seeking reality, seeking God, is seeking the known. It is merely a projection of our own thought. If you say you are seeking the unknown, that is merely a projection of the known. So you can't seek an unknown. Unknown comes when you die to the known, die to the past, when you are not tortured by the known. Then the truth reveals itself. Truth is in every leaf, in every tear. It is to be known from moment to moment. That's what J. Krishnamurti says. No one can lead you to truth. And if anyone says he is going to lead you to truth, then he is misleading you. So he says truth can be known only to somebody who dies to the known. It comes in a state in which known is absent, when known is not functioning. Whereas the mind is aware of the known, the residue of the known. So, how to die to this known, how to die to the mind when you die to the previous experiences. When you end all the known, when you are self-aware, when there is complete self-knowledge, then there is ending of the known. If something is known, then it becomes unreal. It becomes merely an experience, a response in your memory. But when you die to the known, then the eternity comes into being. So that's what he says. When you die to the known, the eternity comes into being. Because for the discovery of the truth, there is no path. It is not a fixed path. You should enter into the uncharted sea, which is not depressing, which is not adventurous. To perceive the truth needs no preparation, because preparation implies time. Time is not the means of understanding the truth. Time is continuity. Understanding is non-continuous. It is from moment to moment. Truth is not cumulative. It is not accumulated, and it is not memory. So eternity is in the moment. Eternity is in the now. Now is not the reflection of the past or a projection of the future. So that is what J.Krishnamurti says. What is this is when you die to the known, you understand the unknown. The eternity comes into being when all the things accumulated are understood and you are in the present. So let us see from Osho, A Bird on the Wing, a story. He also stresses the same point, that truth is not in the known, truth is not in the word, truth is not in the book. The word perfume is not the real perfume. So put aside the word and be alive to the moment. So that is what he is telling, Osho is telling, and he is telling it through a story, a beautiful story. A Zen monk was in a deathbed. He is a master of a monastery, very big monastery. He was in the deathbed. So he wanted to anoint his successor. He has already chosen. He called that monk near his deathbed. They were alone. The monk at any moment will die. The master at any moment will die. So he called this person, this young man, young monk, near his bed. Then told him, you are an enlightened person. You have all the qualities of being the next master. So I have chosen you to be the next head of this monastery. You understand, this monastery has a lot of disciples and large properties. And you have every qualification to be its next master. But before that, I'll give you a book, which is a very sacred book, pretty old for generations. The masters of this monastery have preserved it and passed on to the next generation. So my master has given me this book. I have preserved it, worshipped it all along. It is never opened. So sacred. And with saying this, he took a book and gave it to the disciple. The disciple said, I don't require any book. You yourself said, I have understood everything. If I have understood everything, then what is the need of this book? And you never showed me this book, so I have never known this book. So why should I require this book? If I have not used it, if my wisdom is not from this book, then why should I require it? I don't want this sacred book. You can keep it. But the master insisted, no, I have to pass on to the next generation. So you are here. As I told you, it's holy. So keep the book. And with much reluctance, the disciple got the book. And it was a cold night and a cold evening or night. And there was fire burning. to keep the master warm. The disciple took the book, threw it immediately into the fire, without hesitation, without thinking. The master shouted like anything. What are you doing? Yes, people have known this is a very old master. He has mellowed down over the ages, and nobody has seen him getting angry for anything. In the recent times, for years, he had been soft, strict to the discipline, but never raised his voice, never shouted, but told what was right and wrong. But this man, for the first time, was getting very angry, so angry. He shouted, "What are you doing? This is a precious book and you are throwing it into the fire. Now everything is gone." But the disciple said calmly, "First thing, you never opened the book, at least not for us. You never taught from that book, at least not for us. So what is the use of book? If I have been enlightened, as you said, without the book, then what is the use of it? Second thing is, you have given me the book. Now it is mine, right? I am free to do whatever I want. Is it not so? So I have thrown it into the fire. I don't require it." And the master laughed. "You are right. There is nothing in that book. It is an empty book. Because no books teach you the truth. It can point to the truth, but it cannot lead you to the truth of it. It is not the truth. Truth is alive, dynamic in your life. So you have passed the last test. If you opened the book, I would have doubted it. I would have thought, still you are not 100% enlightened. If there is even a bit of hesitation, then there may be thought in the disciple that with all the big monastery and the disciples, if the master gets angry, then it will all go away. All the wealth, power, everything will go away. So that will mean he is attached to the fame of being a master and the power of being the master for such a big monastery. But he did not bother about it. He did not bother about losing the mastership of this monastery. Not even a moment he thought about it. At no moment he thought there is truth in the book, and at no moment he thought or hesitated on losing that mastership. So he was truly enlightened. The master understood that and he said, "Yes, now you are really an enlightened person." So understand, what is truth is not in the books. It is not in the past or in the memory or in the mind. Truth is there at every moment to moment. It's dynamic. With this, we will end this episode. Stay with me for another episode. Subscribe to my channel and share this video. Thank you.